Now, welcome back to the channel, all my hustlers and grinders and go-getters, the ones that wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, say, I'm gonna get this money. It's Matt and the JoJo, and we're back with another one.
Yep, we're back with another live, and it's a Wednesday, and we don't usually go live on Wednesdays, but here we are, going live on a Wednesday, and we have a special guest today, and these have been really fun lately. So what we have been doing is we have been having people that are going to be speakers at the Junk Expo as guests on our channel, so they can share their wisdom and talk a little bit about some of the things that they're going to be bringing to the Junk Expo. And you know who we have today is Ivan.
One of the biggest white boys I know. I swear to God, he's like 7 feet tall. No BS. He's a tall boy. Seriously, he's a big guy. He's bigger than me for sure. But anyway, so October 25th is going down in Rona Park, California. We have 68 tickets left. It's going fast. We're dropping a video tomorrow about the places you can eat, the hotels, the places you can go.
Yeah, actually, we've been getting a lot of phone calls where people say, where do I fly? You know, where do I land? And how far are you, from San Francisco? And where should I stay? So we're like, let's just put together a video that explains all of that. And there's so many things that you can do. So we're suggesting for everybody to come on a Thursday because, the Junk Expo is Friday morning and you don't want to miss that. You want to be up bright and early and get there on time. So we're suggesting you stay Thursday, Friday, and if you can, Saturday too, because you can spend all day Saturday checking out a lot of things that we have in this area. And a lot of it doesn't cost money, like the beach and the redwoods and stuff. So
if you're a hustler and you're about your money and you want to grow your business, make sure you make it to the Junk Expo and don't miss it. If you eat, breathe, and sleep junk removal, this is going to be the spot to be. For real.
Yeah, and you know what? It's invaluable being at a place where there's hundreds of people that do what you do, and they're at different levels. And some of them are not quite where you're at, and so many others are where you want to be. And when you can go to a place and network like that with other like-minded people, teachers do it, other businesses do it all the time. You go and you learn and you listen to the speakers and you go away super motivated and want to do all the stuff for your business, and you'll walk away with knowledge that you didn't have before that you'll be able to implement right away with your business. And that is plus you'll have fun because we have fun stuff planned. So let's just let Ivan introduce himself. And
what's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Doing good. Worked our asses off today. It's pretty hot out here in California too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was really hot today and really tiring. And we walked through the door and we were like, oh, we need to take a breath and then go live. So it doesn't stop.
So for the viewers that don't know who Ivan is, who's Ivan?
Ooh, Ivan is... So I've been in the junk removal industry for 7 years. I started in business. I started running different types of businesses when I was 21. So that's like 9 years ago. So junk removal was like my second or third business that I've started. Still running it, still running strong here in the Sacramento, Roseville, more specifically, area. And so recently, about time flies so fast, but I think it's been like 8 months now since I started a digital marketing agency. So I help other junk removal business owners just with some of their marketing stuff and while doing it myself as well. So that's summary of who Ivan is.
All right. So I'm always curious, why junk removal? Like, what got you into junk removal?
For me, it was, to be honest, this is more of a longer story that I actually share in one of my YouTube videos, but I actually in the beginning, when I was 21, I actually started a landscape construction business. I ran that business for a year over here in California. And then I actually got so sick of California, I literally packed up my truck. Back then I had like one of those stand-on little skid steers. I literally put it in the back of my 7.3 diesel turbo that I had back then. And I drove all the way across country to Florida, started a landscape construction business over there, hated the weather over there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to California. So I drove all the way back to California. And in the midst of like that whole year, I overloaded my dump trailer. And on the way back to California, my truck actually overheated and it broke down. So I got to California and I'm like, crap, what the heck do I do now? So I sold both of those things and I was like, okay, why don't I, instead of getting a truck and a dump trailer again, let me look into buying a dump truck. So I was like, you know what? So I found one. It was pretty cheap. I think I paid like $7,500 for it back then. And my friend in Florida, this is a longer story, but I actually stayed at this guy's on land boat for like a few months. It's crazy. So my friend in Florida, he was actually the one that told me about junk removal industry. And back then I was like, I'm just going to keep doing landscaping. So he kind of like planted that seed in me. And then when I bought a dump truck here, I was like, I wonder if there's a business here. So I started searching up, I started doing my research on this industry. And I bid on this job off of Thumbtack, and I landed like this huge load. There was like 12 loads that I did, like tree removal. My full load rates are dirt cheap back then. So, and that's where it all started. That's where the light bulb went off in my head. I was like, whoa, I can put 2 guys in the truck. I can just maximize the schedule and, scale this thing to the moon. And while I was doing landscape construction, this is what one of the reasons why I started a junk removal business as well, is I was always like, I wanted to build a business that had like systems in place where I can actually train my guys. I can actually work on the business. Not that working in the business is not good. I still do that to this day sometimes. But I wanted a proven model that I can take and replicate it in my business. And that's how Junk Guys started.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
So your first job was a 12 load job?
Yeah.
You got spoiled. You got spoiled real quick, real fast.
Really quick. And I was like, whoa, show me the money.
Ours were like 2 dirt loads and loads of dirt.
Yeah, we ain't ever doing that ever again. Oh, hell no.
Those
We
are
learn
tough,
real
man.
fast.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
A YouTube channel. You have a YouTube channel. How can people find you?
So my YouTube, I just used my first name and my last name for my YouTube channel. You guys could just type in Ivan Kravtsov or whatever, or that's probably the easiest way. To be honest, I'll probably change it eventually to something more industry related. But I just call myself Ivan Kravtsov, and that's how you guys can find it.
Why don't you spell out your last name? It's a tough one.
Krav, as in Victor, T as in Tom, S as in Sam, O, V as in Victor.
So there you have it right there.
What nationality is that last name?
I am Russian and Ukrainian. So
I knew it,
Yeah,
just like the guy on Rocky. I knew it. I was like,
I actually look like him too.
Yeah, you do.
I get that all the time.
Just to reiterate the YouTube, check him out because you actually had a couple of shorts today, and I was like, oh, this is really good information.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh,
yeah.
And they were shorts. And we a lot of time when the shorts first started coming out, I was like, how do we make what we do relatable in a short? Like I couldn't figure out like how can you teach somebody something in 60 seconds or less. I didn't think it was possible, but it is.
It's tough.
It is.
It's tough. It's definitely hard to compact everything. I'm definitely more of a long form type of person as well.
We are too.
But yeah, shorts is just one of those things where it's like you're just gonna have people scrolling, and your shorts are gonna pop up there, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's actually valuable educational information." It's almost like for our industry, it's like, well, if you're gonna be on there scrolling, and you see something about your industry, junk removal, like, because I keep it educational, like I want to teach people stuff. So it's like it's a way of me like, oh, okay, well here's some value for you. Hopefully this helps,
Yeah. Yep.
Now I got a good one for you. What's your biggest mistake you ever made in the trash business? Your worst mistake?
So many. There's so many.
There's one that stands out though, one that's just horrible.
For me, biggest mistake. There's a lot. Nothing is really coming to mind right now. There's a lot of like small little mistakes that I always like never really focused too much on. As far as like, as a business owner, like you're responsible to wear all the hats in your business. So when you start out, you're responsible for wearing all the hats in your business, but we don't actually give the right efforts and energy to actually learn those aspects. So for me, it was like I would always be so afraid to really wear the marketing hat in my business, or not even the marketing hat. It's more of like tracking my numbers, like I was so afraid, like a simple thing of like P&L statement. It's like count your costs, your expenses, and then that. So it's like it's the laziness of like not actually learning your numbers. And I definitely did a lot of things right in business because I was so not afraid to actually take risks. And if I made mistakes, I'm like, all right, cool, I made a mistake. How can I learn from it?
Yeah.
So that's probably the biggest one. There's probably a lot more that I can go into, but definitely not here.
I do notice that because of wearing many hats as a business owner, you'll tend to focus and do more of the things that you know how to do and that you're good at and you feel that you're good at. And so the other things that you don't think you know much about, you kind of will put on the back burner or not do at all. So it's knowing that about yourself and then doing more of the things that you're not good at, so you can get better at doing it.
Yeah. And the hard thing with that is like if you have the capital, it's okay to really like take a step back and hire someone to help you with that area. But most of the time when people are starting junk removal businesses, they don't have the capital to do that. So that just means that, hey, you have to put your big boy pants on and really, really learn. Don't be afraid to learn, because once you stop learning, then you're in a bad spot. You should always be learning in any industry, in any part of your life. You should always be learning and keep getting better and keep growing.
And, I agree with that, which is one reason why we're doing the Junk Expo. And some people may say, oh, I don't need something like that. I'm good with what I do and I don't need something like that. But you're always in a position to learn new things and new techniques, new ways of doing things. And we learn stuff all the time. We'll be like, oh, wow, like that really worked. We need to make sure we do that again. Every time we do that, our phone doubles the next day when it rings, and you'll never stop learning. And once you think you know it all, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest mistakes that new guys do is they try to grow too fast. I see a lot of companies try to grow too fast. They have a good spring, a good summer, then all of a sudden they got these payments they got to pay. They got employees they got to pay. And all of a sudden they have a slow winter time and they're just stressed the hell out. One thing with us, we're never stressed out.
We started slow. A lot of times people would say, what would you have done differently? You know, and the only thing we would have done differently is we would have started our own business sooner in life than we did. But how we did it, starting with just a pickup truck, is starting really small and taking it slow, saving our money and having it be a side hustle for like a really long time before we went full time, and then really saving and having a big down payment for our dump truck before we did that. Like, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
And somebody else agrees to not grow too fast.
Yeah, I actually made that mistake as well in business, where back in 2023, and after that I actually had to downsize because I was just noticing how, like, in the first 3 months last year, we did $190,000 in sales. And I was looking at my numbers and I'm like, dang, this is not good. So it's like, that gave me some input. I was like, okay, I think we're trying to grow too fast and we need to take a step back. And good thing that I did, because the economy is not the prettiest right now. But so it's like I had to take a step back and okay, like, what do I need to really focus on to actually get my profit margins a bit higher? And that doesn't mean I got rid of all my guys. I still have a good crew running, you know, but sometimes you just need to take a step back and be like, okay, what can I do? How can I improve?
Yeah, one thing I noticed this year is not as many people are moving because the interest rates are a lot higher. So it wasn't like when a couple years ago when interest rates were so low, everyone was just moving. Or when the COVID happened, everyone was moving because they can work from home. So it's a change of the game for sure.
Yeah,
you just got to adjust too.
Yeah,
that's a huge portion of this industry, honestly. It's like the move in, move out. There's so many jobs that are missing because of that, because no one's moving.
Yeah. Let's see. Right now, what is your focus on? You said something about marketing. So what's your focus?
So I still run my junk removal business. I had an offer from someone to actually purchase it, but the longer that I thought about it, the more I'm like, nah, I don't think I want to get rid of an asset. I had to really sit down and like think about, okay, like, is this an asset for me right now? And I'm like, 100% it is. And so I'm like, I actually canceled that, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. And so I'm focusing right now on both two things: growing my marketing agency, and at the same time, while I'm growing my own marketing agency, my skills are getting a lot better, and then I'm actually increasing my own business as well. But beside that, I actually just have a passion to teach people stuff, how to do things. Just I want to be able to position people on a firm foundation, and so they'll actually, like, when they start their business 1 year in, they're doing things correctly, and then 5 years down the road they could be like Matt and JoJo over here. You know what I mean? They built off of a good foundation, and now they can do other things in their business. You know, that's what I really want to do, and that's what I'm doing right now. So my marketing thing is more of like, hey, here's what I'm doing, and it's working really well for me. If you guys want that, I can help you do it as well. If not, no worries. I got my own business. I'm doing good. You know?
No, it is a great feeling when you help people out, you see the results, and people call you up and they're like, hey, my phone's been ringing. I got a bunch of jobs. Because we do coaching and stuff. We stopped for a little bit because it's a lot of work. We do coaching. We do like a 6-week class thing, and we have students, and I feel like they're family now. So we check in on them all the time, and we taught them everything that we learned in 6 years in 6 weeks. So it's real rewarding when you see results and stuff. And it's a good feeling just getting those phone calls, and people are like, man, thank you. You changed my life. I got love for you till the day I die. It's just,
come on.
Yeah. The other day he had 2 that he had one on the line and the other one was calling, and he had to like put them on hold, but they were both bidding really big jobs. Or one was saying that she got it, and then the other one was like, can you help me with this? You know,
That's awesome.
It was really cool. I like that.
That's awesome.
So let's say if you started a business right now with no money, what would be the first thing you would do?
First thing that I would do if I started a business with no money, which I've done that plenty of times. To be honest, the first thing that you got to do, we're living in a tech world. Get yourself a website. Super cheap nowadays. You can build one. Don't overthink. I made a video about this. I'm like, just because you paid $5,000 for a website does not mean your website is built to rank. It doesn't mean that at all. That's not how Google works anymore. Just get a website as long as it's a high converting website. That's your start. Next thing that I teach people to do as well, like, get your phone out. This is your pretty powerful thing. Go through all your contacts and send them a text message. Hey, I started a junk removal business. Could you, if you make a post on Facebook, hey, could you share my post on Facebook that I've started? You know, there's a lot of free ways to actually get started as well. Facebook groups, start posting in Facebook groups. But the biggest thing is use your cell phone that's already in your hand. Start texting people that you're in business, you know. No money. I mean, I teach people this as well. Like, if you stack up jobs for a day, like let's say you have 10 jobs scheduled for a day, go rent a U-Haul truck. Start that. Baby steps. This does not require a lot of money, and most of the time, you obviously, when you're just starting out, you don't know much, so you don't know how to price. If I could just give people any sort of information, if you rent a U-Haul truck, have your rate start at a minimum of $99, and then for the full truck, charge like $1,000. You know, just start there. Start somewhere, but that's roughly where you should be. If you fill up a half load, $500. You know, you don't need to overwhelm yourself with am I charging enough? Am I charging the right pricing and all that stuff? As long as you do that, you'll be fine. You'll learn over time. Just go on Matt and JoJo's YouTube channel and type in, how do I do this? And they'll tell you.
You know what's funny? Everything that we do nowadays, besides our website and her plugging in the keywords, is all on my cell phone. We make our YouTube videos on our cell phone. I edit the videos on my cell phone.
No fancy equipment.
I'm advertising on my cell phone. I call this a blank paycheck. This is a blank paycheck, and it's up to you how hard you want to hustle. So if you want to make some money, all you got to do is sit on the couch and just post some stuff. Keep posting consistently.
Facebook, you nailed it with Facebook. You know, we're really we live in a day and age where we're really spoiled, because years and years ago, when you started a business, you had to pay big bucks to be put in front of the faces of potential customers. It was like TV commercials and radio commercials. We didn't have this, like the internet, your phone, our phones nowadays, they take amazing pictures. No need to hire fancy photographers, right? You can take them yourself and have these great pictures. Post on Facebook. You have Instagram. You have stories. You have reels. You have shorts. You have YouTube. You know, it's endless. It's endless.
Yeah.
And you're in front of hundreds of people. And yeah, we do say you could do signs, and you could do door hangers, and you could do business cards. All of that is great. But the fact that you can sit on your couch and post and have that in front of hundreds or thousands of people, or you can go door to door and do door hangers. We do it all. I'm not knocking door hangers. I'm just saying your phone is so powerful. It's so powerful.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't even teach this kind of stuff. Another thing with your phone is you can actually like I haven't made an in-depth video about this, but personal brand is so important nowadays. Like if you're not even like I literally like talk to contractors and all this stuff, like old people that are like, man, like I'm missing out. I feel like I'm not doing something correctly. And this is the same advice that I give them. I'm like, hey, go on Google, type in whatever industry you're in. What questions are people asking? What questions are customers asking, searching for? And get all those questions down. And if you can answer one of those questions, record a 60-second video of you answering that question and take a bunch of B-roll shots of you, your work, and all that stuff. Download CapCut and start posting videos every single day on social media. And that right there, that's going to get you so much business.
So go to Google Trends and it will tell you what's trending in that topic?
Yeah, you could do that. I use a website called answerthepublic.com, and I'll just type in junk removal, and I will see all of these questions that are searched in Google and YouTube and other platforms as well. And then I'll take that question and I'll be like, okay, I have the answer for this question. So I'll make a video answering my this question with my input of my experience and all that stuff, and then I can do that. So as a junk removal business owner, you can actually get these kind of videos. You can actually in one day you can answer all of these questions and get them all ready. And you know, if you want to pay someone to do that, you can do it yourself, but I pay someone to do that. But you can pre-record a bunch of videos and then you can have enough content for months.
So answerthepublic.com.
Yeah.
See, we learned something new today.
No, and then also you said CapCut. Is that what you use to make your shorts?
So CapCut is I think it's an app by what is it, TikTok? It's an app. It's an editing app on your phone, and honestly, like I did all of my videos on CapCut. It's super easy to learn how to use, and it's very, very fast. So I don't even do it.
Does it put like the words in there? It puts the words and stuff. So did you edit your own videos? Because I watched your shorts today, and I was like, oh, these are very well done. Those I
actually hired someone to do all those for me. So he does my long form video editing now and my short form video editing. I honestly don't have time for that anymore. We do so many things nowadays where I'm like, I'm doing marketing stuff, I'm doing my junk removal business, and I'm like, I don't have time. So that is what I mean by, like, if you're in the position to like take that hat off, hand it over to someone, it'll probably be worth it, you know. So that's what I did.
We have somebody say CapCut or InShot. So Matt uses InShot right now.
I've tried CapCut before, but I'm so used to InShot, I just never switched over or anything.
But CapCut seems like it's more for shorts.
You could do long form as well.
Okay.
It all depends on what works for you, you know. If it's easier for you to learn something, stick with it. They're all the same, you know.
I don't feel that InShot is good for shorts because I don't know, just like the music choices and the fonts are just really limited.
CapCut definitely is it's more built for shorts. Yeah.
Okay. And then what are 2 or 3, depends on how many you want, of your best like marketing tips?
Number one, when you are just starting out, like, look, I if I had $1 for every time I was on a meeting and someone told me that they've been in business for 3 years, 4 years, and they have not been keeping a list, like, that's your most valuable asset that you have. Like, everyone,
client list?
A client list, yes. Yeah. Name, phone number, email. Well, obviously address, because, you know, but as long as you have their phone number and name and email, you then can start building that relationship with your client. Like, I will, guys, the amount of times that so I do my own marketing now. I do text campaigns and stuff like that, SMS campaigns. I retarget my customers. The amount of times that just simply because even people that I did not save them as a job, even just phone numbers that are blank without no names, even them, I literally send them a text message. Like this week we ran a text message campaign saying something like this, like, hey, happy Memorial Week. Me and my dad are going to be, in the area. Would you, if you have any junk, would you like us to stop by for a free quote? Stuff like that, and we get tons of people that are like, oh yeah, I just literally texted you. Like one lady, we literally did like 5-6 jobs that we scheduled from the text messaging campaign that just went out today. But this lady was like, she was inquiring about a quote like a couple weeks ago, and their homeowners that she was doing this for decided to go with someone else. And then I texted her today, and she was like, "Oh, like, yeah, I need the service again. Thanks for texting me." So it's like people will forget about you, and so that's one. Keep a list, please. Keep a list. Number two, become a data analyst. Learn your numbers. Track everything. Because when you start tracking everything, then you can actually start learning. Okay, hey, is this marketing channel actually working for me, or do I just think that it's not working for me? Like data wins every single day. Number three, I think surround yourself with wise counsel, like Matt and JoJo, like people that will actually give you tips and tricks that are good. Like it's super. There's a lot of noise out there. Learn from people that you want to be like. Don't just like ask yourself a question like, hey, do I want to structure my business like this? If the answer is yes, then they have something to teach you. This is why I love what you guys are doing with the expo, is because you guys are actually building a community for people to come together and like, hey, I've done this. People can come together and be like, hey, we can teach younger people, we can teach new guys, whatever. And people that have been in the industry for a long time, like we're having a speaker that's been in the industry for what, 30 years? That's crazy.
Years.
Like, so think about it, like you can ask her questions like how has the industry changed in 30 years? I'm sure it's changed a lot, Trust me, we still have a lot to learn from people. So I love what you guys are doing. So surround yourself with wise counsel, and you'll set yourself up for success.
Now, what can people learn from you at the expo?
I think from me, I want to encourage people. Just period. Like I know I can help you with marketing and all that, and that's all cool. But I really want to encourage people because this business it's very hard, for me personally, like I've made so many mistakes in business. I've done it like incorrectly. I've done some things good, but when I look at my history with business, I'm like, dang, this is a hard road to walk by yourself. So I want to encourage people, like if people are struggling in areas, like I want to encourage them and be like, hey, don't give up, keep going. Like ask for help. Like we're here as a community. We'll love to help you. This is one of the things that I love about what you guys, Andrew Thompson. It's a community that wants to actually help people, and it's not coming from a place of like, oh, I just want more money. It's like, no, I want to teach you what have worked for me, so then you can get more success for your business. So that's what I would.
Yeah, I really feel like this is something the West Coast needed. That's me and JoJo went to the Junk Con, and we're like, you know what? It was hella cool. We learned a lot out there. We felt like, you know what? We need something like this on the West Coast. So that's why JoJo's like, what do you think? I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. We actually thought there would be more people from our area, because we were like, oh, we'll put it on. That way they don't have to like fly somewhere. But it ended up being people from, we have people from Canada coming.
Wow.
New York, Florida,
New Jersey,
Indiana,
Boston.
We were like, okay, there's more. Yeah, there was more interest with people that weren't in our area. So, but it was interesting. But
yeah, it kind of makes sense because, like, I don't know about you guys, but I love these kind of networking opportunities, and there's not a lot of them for junk removal. There's just not a lot. So I think for you guys can be hosting them almost like every 3-4 months. Like, I'm sure you'll get a lot of people that would love to keep doing it, keep purchasing tickets. You know what I mean? So people are always looking for opportunities to network and, learn and grow.
Yeah, we just want people to show up, be motivated, and learn a few things that can just change the game for them and make thousands of more dollars. That's the whole goal.
There's so many times when people are like, I never thought of that. Like, how come we're not doing that? That was really simple, and we don't do that. We need to implement that.
Yeah.
I like it when people walk away with that. What are your future plans?
Oh, my future plans. I want to live in Italy for a year.
That sounds nice.
To be honest, like I've been doing this for 7 years. My goal this year is obviously, like, it's been that for me. Like, I've been off the truck for a few years. Probably like half of my time that I've been in business, I've been off the truck already. So that's not a problem for me. It's more of like I want to position myself, my businesses, in a way where I can actually travel. So I feel like for me personally in my life, I'm heading into the stage in my life where I feel like I'm going to be traveling a lot more and speaking and stuff like that. So I think my future goals is to really position myself in a way where I can travel. So I think that's my goal right now, but got to enjoy the journey while you're going there. So yeah.
And that's one of the things we just need to remember in life, period, is it's great to make goals, set goals and strive for them, but also just enjoying the process of getting there, not just the goal as the end result. Just like really enjoy the process of learning something every day.
Yeah, that really is. Like, I mean, I've been doing this for 9 years, and it's like you have to live from a place of like I ask myself a question sometimes, and I'm like, okay, like what you're striving for, like that's not the end goal. Like it's the journey that really matters, and you can have fun, you can enjoy life and business while you're going there.
Yep.
So like when you reach that goal, like that's not what's going to satisfy you. You know what I mean? It's the journey that actually really matters, So it's like, who can I help? How many lives can I change,
Mm-hmm.
And while making money in business and having a good time,
Yeah. I totally agree. Some of the best memories I have was buying my first pickup truck. It's a 2002 long bed Tundra, and I put the decals on it. It felt so good. And I had JoJo do the voicemail for our business.
The very, very first time, I left the voicemail, you get nervous, so you write it all out.
Yeah.
Like reading the script.
It sounds so professional.
Like, it sounds so professional. Listen to this. It's like a real secretary answering the phone. Just those little things like that. And it's silly. We look back now and we're like, that's silly.
But the journey is the perk of the business for sure. Running the business, everything all the steps you take, like getting the new truck, getting the other truck, having a full-time employee, and just the junk business has changed my life. I can't even explain it. It's crazy.
Goals are great, but really, because once you reach your goal, what do? You turn around and you make another one. Because we're really never really satisfied. Mm-hmm. We're always striving for something else. So, we conquered this. Now what? So just enjoy the journey of getting there, because once you're there, you're going to set a new goal.
And one thing you don't want to do is give up on yourself. A lot of people quit on themselves too fast, and they don't put it in the work, and they complain and whine why shit ain't working. It's up to you. We all got 24 hours in the day. We all wake up. I mean, what time do you want to wake up at? How hard are you going to grind? You can either sit there and complain, or you can make shit happen.
Well, it's easier to complain. It's easier to blame others. It's just easy to, because like, how do you feel about junk removal being oversaturated? Here's
the thing, like every industry will be oversaturated eventually, just because it's oversaturated does not mean that you can't make it. Like, you have to better yourself as an entrepreneur, as a leader. You have to better yourself. You have to learn how to do things properly. So the biggest thing that I see in the industry that actually holds people back the most is fear.
Oh, for sure.
Fear of failure, fear of not knowing something. So it's like, if you can conquer your fear and get over that and put your big boy pants on, get over your fear and start learning how do I market myself better? How do I connect with people better? Like, let's take away the internet world. Let's, like, if you just focused on networking, you could make so much money, because at the end of the day, like, all it really matters is connections with people. That's all that matters. So if you can actually build your business from like the standpoint of like, hey, I like customer service, like everyone talks about how do you do it? Like, customer service is like actually serving your customers. So you can take this in networking. You can meet real estate agents. You can take them out for coffee, ask them to, shout you out on Instagram. Like, this stuff works. Like, you can hustle, and like, if you want to make your business work, you will make it work. If you don't, it won't, so.
Yeah. You find all those excuses along the way of why it didn't work. You have to be flexible. Owning your own business, you have to be flexible. You have to be able to pivot and turn and learn from a mistake and change how you do it. And then what worked last year may not be working this year, and you got to figure out what's going to work. And a lot of people really underestimate the importance of the customer experience.
Yeah.
Just from the minute you answer the phone and talk to them on the phone to, pulling up your truck in their driveway, and just the communication of talking to them and selling yourself before you even look at the job. It's them liking you so much that, well, they're not even you're here and I like you, so I'm gonna go with you.
I don't know how many jobs we went to and the customer said they got a cheaper price from someone else, and I'm sitting there just talking to them for an extra 2 to 3 minutes, and guess who got the job? We got the job. All because we built that relationship. Like, you know what? I want you to do the job. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Yeah.
And that's the thing that people don't understand. It's like, most people like focus so heavily on like sales. Sales is really good. But what they don't realize is the customer service aspect of it is actually working with sales and actually selling yourself, So yeah, it's like, if you build rapport with the customer, they will, you'll win them over. You know what I mean? So it's like, they have to, like, no one tells your customers what rates supposed to be, no one educates them, because they're not interested in that. It's like, all they want is my junk gone ASAP. And it's up to you to sell yourself to overcome those barriers on site. That's why we do on-site quotes as well. So little tip.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things is always just find a solution for their problem. So if you show up to a job in California, we don't take paint. I showed up to a job today. I let the customer know how to get rid of the paint instead of saying we don't take that. Yep. Another customer had some pavers he wanted hauled away. We don't take that. I found him a solution and let him know a cheaper way to do it instead of us hauling it away. It's all about finding solutions for your customer. And for us, word of mouth brings us so much business. People love us out here in Sonoma County.
Yeah.
Jordan says, do you have any tips on boat removals? I don't know
why
you do that.
Most of the time, we never even touched boats, because most of the time we get just clients that don't even want to pay for it. you know. But what we would do honestly is, depending on the type of boat as well, is we just cut that baby up, just put it in the truck, just take a sawzall, cut the thing up in three halves or whatever, and just put it in your truck. You know, we never tow anything. So if it requires a tow, we don't touch it. So yeah, like we do big demo jobs, and that we would consider that as a demolition job. We won't like haul it as far as like on truck and trailer, stuff like that. So,
and we've done boats before. We usually just cut them in half.
Yeah, out here in California, we got to cut them in half to be able to dump them. So that's what we do.
Yep.
We'll get either a chainsaw or Sawzall. It's like a sailboat or something. We'll chainsaw that thing up real quick. They got that big lead piece at the bottom, so be aware of that. You're going to need a lift gate, and you can actually recycle that lead piece at the bottom and make some good money. But yeah, we just cut them up.
Yeah.
Why not tow away? Because in California, most dumps require you to have a title. Is that correct in your guys' area as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So dumps over here require a title. So most of the time it's just not even worth it. You know, it's pretty fast to cut those things up with the Sawzall. So that's what we do most of the time.
Okay. Well, Jordan says he dumped his first one yesterday. So your first boat job, Jordan.
Now, how do you feel about Thumbtack? Check Sammy or Sammy Check, whatever the hell it is, or Load Up. How do you feel about those companies?
Here's the thing. Like this is why I say you have to know your numbers. Like when we started, Thumbtack was good. And this is how I see it. So as time goes on, Google evolves. These companies they stop paying for commercials and all this stuff, so they get a lot less, you know, brand awareness for them. And what happens on Google is, and especially right now, Google is changing their algorithms where a lot of the stuff is just going to be ads, either ads or AI overview. Other word is SGE, I think it's called. So you have that. And then down below, you have organic results for companies that are really doing a good job with SEO. And so those positions are taken up. Now, where's Thumbtack? It's like way in the bottom, you know, for most keywords. And I've noticed for junk removal keyword, Thumbtack is not ranking really good. For the word hauling, it is. But let's be honest, everyone is searching for junk removal. Now, it's just like you can make money off of Thumbtack. The reason why I don't like these kind of companies like Angie's or Home Advisor, they're both the same company now. Thumbtack, Yelp, these companies, they sell your information to multiple contractors. So you're in a bidding war already. So you're not in a good spot. So you're paying for this lead, and the percentage of you actually landing that job is going to be very low. That doesn't mean you can't make it work. Maybe your area is different. You know what I mean? So I just, at the end of the day, for us, it just stopped being worth it, you know?
How you feel about that, JoJo?
No,
I totally agree with you, for sure.
No, it's great. I was reading this one here that Lewis wrote. If you had to start from zero on only go after commercial work, what would you do? No ads, no cold emails. Would love to know the most time-effective, cost-effective way to build relationships. Good question.
That's what I would do right now. What I do right now is I text people. I text real estate agents. I'm like, hey, we're in business. You know, we get tons of jobs like that. Networking is going to be your best bet, though. And also, like, doing, what's it called? What are those things called? Trade shows? Not trade. There's not a lot of trade shows, but every city has like events that they do, and you can get a booth and have your booth there. And that's probably the best way to get commercial work, is just meeting them face to face.
Yeah.
Also LinkedIn. I haven't looked into LinkedIn too much, but LinkedIn, that could be a good one to use as well, to actually make connections with people that are in charge. Do that. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
So yeah, on LinkedIn, I add a lot of property managers, a lot of realtors. I add a lot of people. I'm like a stalker when it comes to finding people to use our service. So
this is true.
I'm finding realtors, I'm finding property managers, I'm talking to people that own businesses. I don't care. I'm trying to get them on the team. That's what I'm trying to do.
He is a serial stalker.
So one of my best commercial jobs that I got was we're doing a commercial job for this one company, and I seen some mattresses outside. So I just walked in there, found out who was running the show. I talked to the guy, gave him a business card, and actually 1-800-GOT-JUNK was doing business for them, and we actually got the contract. So it's been it's been an awesome connection. That's just walking in there and just saying, hey, I'm Matt Vick with Sonoma Strong Hauling. Do you need those mattresses removed? And guess what? They use us all the time. It's a good paying job.
Oh,
we pick up like anywhere from 30 to 40 mattresses like every month just off that walking in there.
Just by you walking in the building. Like,
just
hey, I'm the owner. How's it going?
But what's the worst thing that could happen? Somebody saying no. But the best thing that can happen is what happened here, which is he calls us often. Hey, our mattresses are full again. You know, Lewis did say, yeah, home shows are very underrated. High-end clients attend those. So that was a solid share. Yeah.
So we got no limit in junk removal. I love being a small local business, one job at a time. Today, 500 in less than 45 minutes. Everything from the cell phone. Mr. Yee Yee. And that's crazy you say that. I went to the dentist recently and I got my teeth deep cleaned and I got the bill. And I was in there for like 2 hours. I got the bill and I was like, shit, I did x-rays. I did my teeth cleaned. I got some insurance, but it was like, I think the bill was like $300, but the total cost was like $500. I'm like, shit, JoJo.
I'm making dentist money.
I'm making more than dentist money. I do that like in 15 minutes. I was in there for like 2 hours. Yeah. Like we had a good business.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. There's jobs that we do that are like full load, you know, pull up to the garage, like $850 in like less than 30 minutes. And we're like, it's good business.
Yeah, we did one today and the guy was like, damn, you guys are hella fast. And it was like a $900 job, just super fast, probably what, 30 minutes? Who's in now there?
Yeah. Yep. So it definitely is one of the things that I want people to know that the text blast and keeping a client's list and learning how to text your past clients and blast them and let them know that your service is available. And I wouldn't like overdo that, but I think at least twice a year. Hey, spring cleaning time. Hey, it's fall cleanup time. That is so valuable. And that is definitely something that you will be touching on at the event.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
Yeah. Do you want me to share a little bit about that right now?
No, I want you to share that at the event.
Sounds good.
So I want people to know that is something that's very valuable and that they will be learning at the Junk Expo on if they're not doing it like right now, is you should be doing it because the big boys do.
I just gotta say,
Junk does that
every 2 months, 2 to 3 months. You should be reaching out to your past customers. They actually will thank you for it.
Yeah, I know it's one thing that John from Happy Junk Removal, he blasts you on Facebook. Ivan, he did the text blast thing. We made $20,000 in like, was it 2 weeks or a week from repeat customers? I was like, man, Ivan be knowing.
Yeah, and I check his account all the time, and I'm like, this guy is like, sometimes his campaign is not running, and people are still like messaging him. So they're booking jobs like left and right. So I'm like, boys doing good.
That's good. So Matt and JoJo, what do you guys do to prevent injuries, aches and pains to sustain peak performance for many years? And nothing. I'm always in pain.
So one thing that I do is I stretch every morning. I stretch every single morning. I did hurt my back one time, but one thing that we won't ever do, I'll let the customer know. If we can pick it up and remove it, we'll haul it away. If not, it's going to stay. And then also, if it's ever a situation where it's like, you know what, I don't feel right about it. If I don't feel safe about it, we ain't gonna do it. And I always tell the Julio that, hey, we don't want to hurt ourselves and we don't want to damage the property. So not all money is good money. We will pass on some jobs.
Yeah. That's good advice.
Yeah.
And getting the lift gate is a game changer too, just so you know. A lift gate and a dolly, you're pretty good to go.
So we come across hot tubs, so I suggest you keep one and you can hop in a hot tub at night. And there's a thing called Tiger's Balm in echinacea. Like I'm always rubbing that stuff all over like my hands and all my achy bones.
How's that ice tub, right? Cold tub, whatever it's called?
That's
Oh my gosh, it's incredible, guys. It's
How
incredible.
do you get past the coldness? Because to me, warm. I have like some arthritis going on, so when I do warm, it feels better, and when I'm cold, I'm in so much pain.
It actually there's a lot of research done on it, but it actually helps with joints. It helps lower inflammation as well. That's been definitely good for me, but I mostly use that for recovery. I have a sauna as well, so it like both those things mixed together, it's like it's incredible. But
I need to do that.
Yeah, cold plunges are awesome. It never gets easier though. That's the one thing with cold plunges. It's always just painful like a mother.
You have to just do it fast, right? You can't just like.
Yeah. Honestly, staying there just for 1 minute is super hard. It's just hard.
Wow. Jordan says he twisted his ankle today. Be careful because I broke mine. A couple summers ago, I broke my ankle while we were carrying a lounge chair.
Home. We were at our house and she broke her ankle.
Yes.
Dang.
She brought some junk home, walking in the backyard, and we had like a little drop off. It ain't there no more between our grass and the little sidewalk thing, and she twisted and broke her ankle. So yeah.
All summer long, I was in a cast in a boot.
And I'm like, get your ass up. What are you doing? Come on now.
No, he wasn't.
No, I wasn't like that. So if you want to meet Ivan.
Last summer.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to meet Ivan, he's going to be at the Junk Expo speaking. He's going to have a booth there too. So if you guys want to head on out to Sonoma County and meet the guy, hey, he's going to be there. Is there anything else you want to tell the viewers, Ivan, or what?
Just keep going, guys. This business can be tough. It can be hard, but the reward is worth the squeeze. So keep pushing yourself, guys. Keep getting better every single day. Surround yourself with wise counsel and go make that money.
All right.
Right on. Where can they find you again?
My YouTube channel, my first name, last name, Ivan Kravtsov. You can also type in Thriving Home Services. You'll probably find me like that as well. And Facebook. Give me a follow on Facebook, YouTube. Those are the main things.
Well, we appreciate having you on the channel too. I know you got a lot of knowledge. You've been in the game for a while, and we're looking forward to October.
Yeah, same here. It's gonna be good. You guys picked a good season as well. It's gonna be nice in fall.
Hey, it's where we got married at too. So the food's gonna be on point. The location's gonna be on point. The bar, we got all kinds of stuff. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a cool event.
Yeah.
So good.
It's going to be great.
All right, so we're going to get out of here.
We'll see you in October.
See you guys. Thanks so much.
Well, there you have it. Mr. Ivan's going to be at the Junk Expo October 25th. The young man got game for sure. He knows what he's doing. And in wintertime, I'm using him to do my text blasting. And I do believe my phone's going to ring off the hook all winter, JoJo. It's going to happen.
Yeah. So if you have a quick question, you can throw it up, but we'll be getting off of here soon. But if you haven't got your Junk Expo tickets yet, you really should look into it because we only have about
68 left.
68 left. We only have about 68 left, and it's going to be great. Absolutely great. And like Matt said, I think tomorrow we are dropping a video on where you would fly in, the hotel. There's an awesome hotel that's right across the street from the Junk Expo. You can walk there. And another thing I really like about it is it's not this big city feel. Like, it just doesn't feel like that. It feels like a small hometown. The DoubleTree is a beautiful hotel, and you can walk across the street to the Junk Expo. And then the next day, if you're able to, you can drive for 30 miles and see a beautiful ocean, beautiful beach, and some of the tallest redwood trees on the entire planet. And visit some of the wineries. We have beautiful vineyards and wineries here.
And the food out here is top notch.
Great restaurants out here. So you're just going to love that. And the Junk Expo, we're having a tri-tip lunch served to everybody. It's a set down. It's not banquet. You don't go and you fill up your own plate, but it's actually set down, get served, kind of, pinkies up day. And you get to sit there, round tables. The tables are big and round so that you can have great conversations with people next to you, across from you. And, you're just going to have such a great time networking. There'll be drinks available. You have to buy the drinks. We're not doing that. But there are drinks available there, for you.
It's a vacation. You're coming to California. You're going to learn something, and it's a write-off. So you can't beat that. So if you're a hustler, you're about your money, and you want to grow, and you're a go-getter, you better make sure you're there in October. In Rohnert Park, California at the Junk Expo is going down. It's going to be the biggest junk removal event on the West Coast. And
if you are anywhere near this area and you do junk removal, you should be there. That means you don't have to buy a plane ticket and fly to North Carolina or Texas when they have other ones. We're right here.
But if you're in Sonoma County, we don't want you there because we want to soak up all the knowledge.
So much.
We want to soak up all the knowledge, not you guys.
Jordan
I'm just kidding.
What time? So the Junk Expo starts at 10 a.m. and it ends at 6 o'clock.
So hopefully we see you there, and we'll catch you on the next one. And remember, me and the JoJo and Ivan, we love all you guys.
We do.